All right, and something I've been meaning to review ever since my wife picked this up for me in Japan. This is the Star Wars, the Black Series, Kylo Ren Force FX lightsaber. Here is the packaging. It's just relatively the same at the back here. Uh, got inspiration to review this finally. A good buddy of mine, Fly Guy, did a review of fantastic review of this particular piece. It's on his channel flyguy.net. Go check it out on YouTube. Wonderful, wonderfully done. He did it. So I'm gonna try. What my review is gonna be is everybody knows about the Force effects. I'm gonna try and compare it with the other lightsabers that's available out there, electronic lightsabers. So let's start with this one. The lights are dim, and I've put the blinds down so that you could see the light better. But okay, it comes with this um, stand that it's sort of like a balancing act that it's sort of the weight of the blade versus the weight of the hilt, and you have to put it at that point where it balances to be able to stand it up. I'm not really a big fan of that. Now here is the actual hilt and sword itself. It's made of that sort of fluorescent tubing, plastic fluorescent tubing, I think. It has LED lights underneath with the foam to diffuse it. And the hilt is made of die cast metal, and it is heavy. I'm even having trouble lifting it right now with my left hand, but it's intricately designed, and fantastic paint apps and brush dry brush on it. I really love it. I love the artwork, the airbrush artwork they put on it, and even I thought this was molded in. It's an actual plastic piece that that's supposed to be the wire for this thing. So this is really a collector's piece, not really meant to go fighting or cosplaying with, because you drop it and you're screwed. You know what I'm saying? It costs like what, $300, and even this cap right here is made of die-cast metal. Even the battery compartment, part of it is die-cast. So really heavy. And to turn it on, there is a switch over here. You flick it, and it's a bright blade. And it does make some sound. I'll demonstrate the sound effects later, and how these things work when I put the camera down. But very nice. So let's turn it on, and let's compare it with the other base. This is the Hasbro, just the basic electronic lightsaber. If you buy the blade builders, and as you can see, the light isn't that strong. It's like there's like spaces of dark patches in between. This one is a Disney Store exclusive. I was very interested in this one because even if it's turned off, it has a red blade. So even in the daytime when you go cosplaying, this might work. It's got these pointed blades. So you turn it on with this button. Make sure it's on number 2, and then you turn it on. As you can see, it's almost as bright as the... No, not really. You put them together. There is some brightness to this, but because the blade is red, it comes out as a little bit darker. Okay, so interestingly, very nice. I'm actually very fond of this, but I doubt I'll go cosplaying with this one, or go playing with this one with Alex or Danny, because you could hurt somebody with this. Let me demonstrate how it is, how to wield, how the blades fare when you're trying to wield them. Okay, just set down the camera right there. Okay, everybody good? All right, so let's start with the blade builders. Blade builders is so easy. It's like you can do it with one hand, slice and dice. The Disney Store exclusive is a little bit heavier. It feels like you have to wield it with 2 hands, but you can do it with one hand and stab. I feel there's no balance to it. The blade feels it's a little bit heavier, so when you try and slash, when you're slashing, it feels very light, but there's really no momentum for you. All right, so let's see the the Force FX, the Kylo Ren lightsaber. Now this one is heavy. It's very difficult to wield it with just one hand. You feel like you have to lunge. So, it feels hip heavy. Like you have to slash with your hips, like this, when you're trying to use it. So I can imagine Kylo Ren or Adam Driver practicing with the blade. I'm sure they had lightweight props, but if you had this, an actual lightsaber, you're gonna need two hands, because one hand, you're gonna hurt yourself with the crossbar. So I'm gonna try and see if I can wield it properly. So, you know, a lot of cosplayers, they just swing their lightsaber around, you know, randomly, and you have to swing the lightsaber with purpose. So when you're trying to go display, when you're trying to go do a show with a lightsaber, make sure every stroke has purpose. So I'm not sure how Kylo Ren fights exactly, but because he was angry. But I can imagine if you have something this heavy, you're gonna want hip swings and side-to-side movement, forward, backward. It feels great with two hands, but it feels like you're gonna hurt yourself with the crossblade. Now with one hand, it's so difficult. It's so hard. I'm like panting, just trying to wield with one hand, but with two hands, I mean, you can do it. I feel more comfortable with this one, double-handed. So yeah, there's some balance to it. There's a lot of weight on the hilt, but I mean, it's I could do this all day, but yeah, with the other two, these you could wield them with two hands, and yeah, strike here, yeah. These are much easier for cosplay. Stab, slash, stab, guard. Yeah, these are okay for practice, but for shows, you have to practice a lot with this one. Let me show you one more time. I think the best moves I've tried with these are slashing moves, slash, and blocking moves. Thrust, you could do it. Yeah, very difficult to do, but yeah, you get the whole idea. So it's great. I'm gonna give this blade a 10 out of 10. Perfectly made, but not for cosplaying. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm gonna turn everything on so we can end with everything. You can see it. All right, and there you go, folks. That's my sort of demonstration review of the Star Wars The Black Series Kylo Ren Force FX lightsaber. Thanks for watching.